Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at Snow Patrol's classic Chasing Cars. Now what we're going to be focusing on in this song is alternate picking the strings, strumming chords and strumming on the high strings. As always, there'll be a backing track that you can reference. It's not intended to be a cover, it's just a demonstration of each of the parts so that you can play along to the original. Now the introduction to this song, we're going to start with our index finger on the 7th fret of the D string and our ring finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Now when we play, we're going to be alternate picking the strings. That means a downstroke on the D string and an upstroke on the G string. So that's our first chord shape, and we're going to be strumming that pattern. You'll need to listen to the backing track to get the timing for that. Our second position, we're simply going to move our index finger down to the 6th fret. Now if that's a big stretch for you, you can always start with your pinky finger on the 9th fret instead of your ring finger. So we're going to move that index finger down to the 6th fret and continue with our alternate picking pattern, keeping that nice and even. Our third chord position, we're simply going to take that index finger off completely and play an open note with the same nice, even, alternate picking pattern. And our fourth chord position, we simply go back to where we were to begin with on the 7th and the 9th fret, keeping that nice, even pattern going. Rightio, here's the backing track for you to practice with. Rightio, the chorus of Chasing Cars. We need 3 chords and a guitar riff. Our first chord that we need for the chorus is an A chord. Our A chord, we're going to start with our index finger on the 2nd fret on the D string, my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and my ring finger on the 2nd fret on the B string. We're going to strum from the open A chord all the way down to the bottom of the guitar for a nice clear open A sound. Our second chord is an E chord. I need to start with my middle finger this time on the 2nd fret of the A string, my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and my index finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the G string. This time when I strum, I'm going to strum from the very top of the guitar to the very bottom to get a nice E chord sound. The next chord that we need to know is our D chord. So I'm going to start with my index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and my middle finger is going to sit on the 2nd fret of the high E string. And I'm going to strum from the D string all the way down to the bottom of the guitar for a nice clear open D sound. Now the rhythm that we need to strum, we're just going to be playing downstrokes, counting in eighths. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, changing to our E chord for the same count, changing to our D chord for the same count. We finish off with a guitar riff. So we're keeping the rhythm the same, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we're only going to be playing on one string for our guitar riff, and that's the open A string. So we start off with an open note on the A string, counting in one lot of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, moving to the 2nd fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, moving to the 4th fret for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's the end of the chorus. Now you'll need to listen to get the exact rhythms right, but it's pretty straightforward as long as we're getting those fingers in the correct position. The second verse, we are going to be strumming on the high strings of the guitar. Our starting position, we're going to bar the 5th fret on the high B and the high E string. Now we're going to be playing these strings at the same time, so it's really important that we're accurate with our picking so that we're only hitting those 2 strings. So like I said, we're barring the 5th fret, we're going to be counting in eighths just like our chorus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We move to our second chord position of the verse, I'm going to take my ring finger and put it on the 7th fret of the high E string and continue that nice even strumming pattern. The third chord position, and this change can be a little bit tricky, I'm going to take my middle finger and put it on the 7th fret of the B string, take my index finger and put it on the 5th fret of the high E string, keeping that nice even strumming pattern going. And the final chord position is exactly the same as the first one, just like in our first verse, where we're playing a barred 5th fret across our B and our E string. Alright, that's all you need to know for the verse. Again, that third chord change can be a little bit tricky, so make sure you practice that one really hard. Here's the backing track for you to practice over. Rightio guys, so the second chorus and the outro are exactly the same as the first chorus and the intro. So you now know all the parts that you need to play this song. So if you practice hard and you practice often, you'll have this nailed in no time. Just like previously guys, I'd love to see videos of your progress, so do make sure that you send those through to me. Remember, you can access the full backing track to play along with on the link on the video here. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial guys. There'll be more to come, so make sure you keep an eye out for them.